Stone Soup, how you doing, buddy? I'm gonna fix the grill in this. See if I can straighten it out. The headlight bezels too. Yeah, they're kind of munched. I did the best I could with the time I had. Vic at Functional Histories owns the car. To learn the story about Stone Soup, go check out his channel. If you guys want to follow the build, go see the Junkyard Necromancer. He will have the car next and he'll bless it however he can. And it will be passed from one YouTube channel down to the next until the No Name Nationals in September 2024. It's a two-door also, except this is the Valiant version of it. The grills, to do a little comparison, is obvious difference in the grills. To take this headlight bezel out, it's almost ready to come out, except it's kind of wedged in around the headlight. But what's happened is this bumper bracket is busted, and apparently whenever it was in the wreck, it shoved everything upward and shoved it right into the headlight bezel. So then, if you can see in here, yeah, this one is bent upwards, this one is broken right there. So what I have to do next is take the headlights out somehow to have more room to pull this out. Flip that up, there we go. I normally don't like doing stuff like this, but close your eyes. Now I can get to the bolts that are back in here. I couldn't get to them any other way. This valance down here will eat your wrench. This one here, I could not get a socket on there because this is all curled up. I had to beat on that and everything. After about a half hour struggling with that thing, as I'm shaking my camera to show my frustration, I finally got one twist on that and the bolt broke. It's out. Now if I can get my wrench out of here, and I just drop the nut. What I will do is try to straighten out this grill to the best of my abilities. Look at that valley in there. That's crazy. And then what I will do, this valance here, I think it needs tweaked back down. This brace here probably needs to be straight up and down. I'll probably try to pull that forward. Maybe I'll shove this down. But I can only do so much. I'd love to take the bumper off, take this lower valance off, you know, square up the whole thing, but time-wise I just can't right now. You know, a little fender bender before I even got the car. And this is what we got going on real quick. I don't really have much to go by as far as what it looks like originally, other than looking at this headlight bezel. In the middle here, there's a crease, a factory crease, and this is probably the straightest piece. We'll use that as my pattern to go by, so I know that I need to get this piece to look like this, nice and smooth. And same with the other one. Oh, and the headlight ring has a little squished spot right there because it's kind of wonky. With bodywork, there are no rules, anything to make it straight again. So, you know, hammers, use your hand, 2x4s, You can use ratchet straps to bend things back. You can use jacks to push things out. You know, you can use a socket if you need a round edge, you know, screwdriver to get it in there. You know, it just all depends. So this is real soft aluminum, so what I'll do is probably take my hand and I can probably get most of this out. But a general rule, my dad, he taught me a long time ago, is what you do is work your way from the outside in. So if the worst part, let's say, is right here in the very center of the grill, because here it's kind of flat, he said you work your way opposite of the way the dent went in. We know that the car was hit on the passenger side where the bumper went up, because you can see the mark there, and it shoved everything up, and that's what squished everything. So and this is the deepest part over here, it spreads out. So instead of trying to pull this out first, I'm going to start over here and flattening this. And as I flatten this part will slowly open. And we'll go, and as this opens, so will this. Since these are individual pieces, same with this. I could do the headlight bezel first, I guess. Same with this. The deepest part is here. There's nothing up here. So I was just gonna bend this down, this edge, bend the tab back, flatten it out, simple things. Bend this down, and then I'll work my way into this middle piece, and the crease is right there, so I probably want to work over here and work my way into the crease. And as I do that, this will start rounding out, and then this crease will become less, and then I can hammer on that, and it should flatten out for the most part. So that's what I'm going to do, the process I'm going to use. I meant this angle from here to here to transfer that to the grill and use this as a reference for that. Starting to resemble what we want. Now it's just kind of a, I'll move it around so you can see it, kind of a small little dent. Now I just got to work out the little detail type stuff. And something you can do is once you get everything where it needs to be, you'll have some little dents. I'm not a professional by any means, that's for sure. There are people that can make this look absolutely perfect. I have more learning to do, because I do believe I could get to that point if I know how to do the fine finishing and hammer and dolling. Those guys are amazing what they can do with a hammer and dolly alone. I mean, they can make it look like this. I mean, I need to get to that stage. This is a hammer and this is a dolly. You make different kinds of dollies for different shapes of things. Take your hammer, a dolly, and you stick it behind here, and you have something to hammer against. And that way it pinches the metal basically in between here, and it just spreads it out. This is the other one. This one here, as I'm banging from the outside in, everything's starting to curl real bad. That's easy to bring back, working on this lip, on both lips, trying to straighten that out as I go. And then as I get all this, it's starting to curl. But hammering these out, and then hammering some of this out, and that really started curling. And now I'm gonna hammer these out right here. Then I gotta use this one as a reference for that point in the middle right there, because I don't know where this line is. It's right there. If you can see that from there out, but it got creased and it looks like it comes up. So I kind of got to make a line there. So let's see what I can do. when you're done, you can take a buffing wheel on a grinder. This is my stone on that side. The wire bristles on this side, but you can take these off and put a pad on there. And then you can take these and buff it out, and that'll bring back a lot of the shine, and you can get rid of the scratch marks and some fine-tuning stuff with the wheel. Well, I'm getting closer. Well, now that I got this one straightened, using it as a reference for this one. But this one has a nice straight edge till about here. Now that I'm working from the back again, working my way forward, because this curve here and that curve look the same, because I want these to look like this when I'm done. What I'm doing is banging this side and this side simultaneously, working back and forth instead of just trying to get this side. Maybe that'll help level things out. And guess what? My card is full. So now I'm recording on my phone. I'm about to start the grill. I just finished the other one. So this is what it looks like. That's the one I was just working on. This one, I got my hammer marks down in here. Now I just need to finish doing all the little stuff on it. Right now I'm just getting them in the general shape so that they match. Got a little bend right there. I need to push back in a little more. A lot better than it was, that's for sure. Okay, Goldie, you can be on video. She's like, come on. So far, these are all the tools that I have used. And my bench. I'm using it on wood instead of on a vise because a vise has a lot of sharp angles everywhere. And if you hammer on it, all of these little nicks and dings will go all over into here. But working with the wood, it won't as easy. Okay, so let's do this next. Oh, you want to be on video too, Rusty? Say hi to everyone. Go. I set my timer on my phone. Took me 24 minutes and 39 seconds to get it to this stage right here. You can see it's all wavy. It ain't perfect by any means, but that's just the rough getting it square square in quotes again. There's some of this I may not be able to get it all, like that big crooked spot right there. Some of these are broke because it's real thin aluminum. I think there were a couple on one down here. And these, you can only bend them once or twice real good before they break. What I did was I put this on the ground and I stood on what I could and then tried to pull to help separate these because I don't really have a way to pull it. And then I can take this angle here and try to make this match that. And then I'll go outside and try to match these tabs up where they connect to the car and see how far off I am. So my theory is if it's better than what it was, you're not doing too bad. Now let's go out to the car and see how it looks. I'm snagging my clothes on everything. This is the charger that I'm working on. I can't get through the door. I need to put the top on it. And if you're wondering what this is, it's an AMD banner. It's my headliner. Here we are. Wondering why my clothes are caught on everything. Getting closer. There you go, Vic. I just threw them on. They're not screwed on or anything. They're just, I just threw them up just to see how it would look. Looks a little better, but I still need to bend them back more of an angle. But I was right about this headlight ring because it will not go on because of the bumper. This whole bumper needs to just come down in order to make this fit. It's up here. If I just bend this back right there to match this one, I think it should be okay. But yeah, it looks better than, oops, don't want to step on the hood or trip over it. Can you imagine tripping over it and going, big old butt print right there. They say that when you're about to do something stupid, to go ahead and make sure you're recording it. I'm gonna stand on the bumper and bounce on it to try to push this corner down, and we'll see what happens. Since one of the bumper brackets is busted anyway, this way I'll try to bend it back down. I could regret this. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but we'll see what it'll do. I'll gently do it at first. There we go. Did it shove that end up? That's better. Oh, I think it was stuck over this right there. That was easy. Oh, where's my button? I need to go get it. The bumper, I think it got shoved up into this, and I think it just came off of that, so now it's down below it. I think that's all it needed. That was super easy. There you go, Vic. That took me a whole whopping 10 seconds to do that. So now let's fix this area. I'm assuming, according to this side here, where it looks fairly flat, going all the way across, there's some minor little waves. There's a pretty good wowie there going in. And here it's flat going across, so I'm gonna push that in, pull this out, push this little spot here in, then down here. I'm assuming this is supposed to be flat going all the way across. So I'm gonna lift this up, push that down, lift that up. And this is curled under back here. So all of that might have to come up. And this here is all jacked up. And same with over here. So I don't know where those go until I bring the grill out to be with the car. You may not notice the difference on video, but just a bunch of little things, little dents here and there that were taken out. I still need to do a little hammer and dolly to some spots because now it's kind of wavy, but at least it's back up. And now I just need to take a grill and line up these tabs so that they go to the holes. And once I know where those go, then I can, on the top and the bottom, once I get those holes lined up, then I'll know what shape. Sorry, got a helicopter right above me. We live right next to an airport. And then I got to get these tabs on the side, bend those back so they hook there, and then we'll be good to go. Now I just need to straighten these out. I should get most of it. There we go. At least it's straight again. Not perfect, but better is better. When you know you can do better and little things like this annoy you, it's like, I gotta get it out now. That's better. I would say that looks better than what it was. Now let's get this grill straightened out the rest of the way and see if I can reinstall it. Hi honey, how you doing? I love you, Goldie. Okay, we have a twisted grill and it's all round. What I want to do is take and form a ridge here, like a peak on a roof, and make things straight instead of round. You can see here, looking down at how twisted and bumpy, and I want to make all of these flat so that when you look down it, you just see one straight thing. That's my goal. A lot of these are bent. Oh, cool. Sometimes you just got to get creative. Like I said earlier, I'm using a leaf spring to help me out. My charger's coming in useful for your project, Vic. Well, that got most of it out. These aren't crumpled up anymore. They're a little bit straighter than what they were. They still have a little bit of a bend to it. And then I also have a railroad tie. These make great anvils to do whatever you want, to hammer different angles and stuff like that. This side is flat, so I probably flip that around, get a little height out of it. But then I can take the grill, lay it on there, and then I have a flat surface so I can take some of that curve out of it. So by trying to get these straight using the pliers, I jacked up the edges of them and bent them even more, all that fun stuff. That's kind of a small sacrifice for the big picture. Now I can go in and just fine tune these and just straighten them out. And then I'll do everything else, and I'll probably just stick it on time lapse from here on out and call it good. Okay, not perfect, but they're getting better. I know I'm capable of more, but I have to stop at some point. You know, I can fine tune every little one of these. This is gonna have to be, it is what it is, in the very center there. For now, at least. Someone else can come in and fine tune it if they want. To get the bend, the V in the grill, in the center, going down the middle. I need two hands again, right down here. I'm gonna put this on the edge of the straight edge. Find the middle of it, put it on the corner here in the center of the grill, and then do the 1, 2, 3 thing. Put my hand up high. Try to get a nice crisp edge. Kind of squish this down because it still curves out a little bit. Try to make it flat. Flip it over. Do the same with this edge. You can see right here where it's touching my weight here, but I got this big gap here, so this needs to come up somehow. Put my hand here, bend it over my hand, push down. I might need to hammer a little because it's not quite wanting to go. Make sure it's not touching the bench back there. I'll probably do that on the whole thing. There we go. Starting to get that edge. Oh, and then I need to come to the very center here while I'm on this side. That's how I'll do it. You can kind of see that edge, how it looks that much crisper, I guess is the word. A little more defined. I still got a little bit of wowies in them, but at least everything's starting to look a little more uniform. So then to finish it off, just come in here and hammer this flat. Just bring it back in bit by bit. Actually, well, I don't know if I can roll it back. I was thinking I can just fold it over, but I might have to go little by little because I need that very edge. It won't do it that other way I was thinking. I need longer pliers to get into there. Something with a deeper throat on it. Do that all the way down, and I think we're almost there. And then straighten these out because they got bent during the process. And then let's go see what it looks like on the car. After farting around with it for about 20 minutes, I think I finally got things to line up. It's still not perfect yet. Inside, holes are pretty dang close. Now I just need to get the bolts for it. But at least it looks a little better than what it was. Now let's put these headlight bezels in. The angle here, let's see how far off I am. Straighten the camera back out. Try to do this with one hand. Flip the headlight. And then this goes down inside of here. Cool. I think that'll work. Pretty dang close. This popped out again. I need to pull this back maybe toward here so it don't go so far deep in there. Of course, it's just sitting in there right now. So yeah, that looks good. And then let's try this side. I'll be right back. This side is not cooperating. When you come inside here, my angle is way off. I need to bend the headlight bezel, well, probably both back. Bring the grill out a little and the headlight bezel back and meet them halfway. so that this angle closes up. But other than that, well, that one dropped again. But I would say that looks a little better than what it was. Like I said, it's not perfect, but you know, I don't have time for perfection right now. Now I guess it's time to find a few some bolts. Every one of these busted off. They're just junk. I did find these. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. The head sizes are almost the same, just a little bigger. Oh, Rusty. We'll play in a minute, buddy. Figures. That hole is just a little too small. Oh. Come here. Let's not play this game. At least I can get it from here somehow. But yeah, both holes are kind of small. I might need to make them a little bigger to make them work. I straightened this out and I said better is better. Not necessarily in this case, because the hood does not fit like it's supposed to now. Let me show you. Looks good from the front, but not from the side. See that big old gap? When I straightened that bar out, everything lifted up. I'm glad I noticed that before I put it together. So now what I'm going to do is bend this back again, and so it will lower that. Nothing a little hammer therapy couldn't solve. We're back down again. However, before it never was latched. It is latched now. Now let's put this grill back together. See how everything down here is all nice and flat and even, but then over here it starts totally going uphill. It comes up about, I don't know, quarter, half inch right there. But we're about to remedy that. You can also see it up above where it looks semi-level, semi-level. Oh, where it's starting to disappear. So now I want these tabs to match the same contour as this, so that when they go on the back, they'll fit right up against it. Unlike these over here that don't want to cooperate. Of course, I just stuck these at whatever angle, but now I know where to fine tune them at. So now we just take our hammer, squish them in, up against it. These two went in real nice. However, these are not lined up very well. I'm thinking I'm gonna pull the center out more, and hopefully that'll tweak this back a little. See what this does. I've almost got it. I took this screw out so I could pull these tabs back out, and the grill, apparently it goes in. If you're looking down, it goes in a little and then back out, and I call it a beak. It has like a point right here in the middle, and so I squeezed these in, and that's helping, and now I'm within 1/8 of an inch on each side. Since I needed two hands and I didn't have my tripod available, what I did was I put one hand here, and then I just grabbed right here. I pushed with that hand and I pulled with this hand, and that lined right back up, but it buckled all of this, so I need to flatten that out again. And then the same here, I put my hand here and I pulled with this out because it pushed everything in, and that lined that back up. So now I need to flatten this down. Remember the headlight ring? I had the flat spot right here. I just laid it on the ground, took a hammer, just pounded on it, and then it bent the backside, so I straightened the backside back out, and then all I did was took a pair of these things. Just peeled this lip. Sorry, peeled this lip out right there. And we'll call that good. Well, this is what we got, Vic. I did the best I could with the time I had. Thanks for watching.